Welcome back, everybody, to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway and the Strip. Remember, a quick mention, if you loved the movie The Magnificent Seven, and so many folks did, now you'll love the weekly series, The Magnificent Seven. They hand out justice every Wednesday night at 10 Eastern and Pacific. It's a part of TNN's Action Wednesdays. Check it out Wednesday nights. There is Jim Epler, has not won on the NHRA Winston drag racing funny car scene since 1993. Almost a couple of times last year, though, Frank.
Do you think he wants it very badly, going that long winless?
Now, let's talk about last year. Remember, he red-lighted at Indianapolis.
Yeah.
He couldn't get out of the finals at Houston. What's he thinking?
Well, I think that what he ought to be thinking right now is let's not make any mistakes. It's a tight drag race. This is not a give-me, but he has to be on time on the starting line. But what he really doesn't want to do is start thinking a lot about the fact that he's gone 7 years winless, because that sometimes can put enough pressure on a driver where he doesn't perform better under pressure. It actually can bother him. So if I was helping or advising Jim right now, I'd say, hey, just take it easy, have some fun, and go up there and do a good job for us.
There's John Medlin telling Tony Pedregon, you're all set. Tony is 4th in points. Epler is 9th in points. Someone will be a first-time winner in the year 2000 here in just about 5 seconds. Smoke from Pedregon. Epler's going back to victory lane. How about it at a 498, 302 miles an hour? Tony had him, and then the smoke.
Boy, I'll tell you, the car left the starting line soft enough where I can't even believe that it recovered that well to run a 498. The team did a fabulous job on setting the car up for the final round.
Let's watch it again. You'll see the red machine, Epler.
They get out in the middle of the course, and Tony's way out in front, a couple car lengths, but then he has some real problems. Here again at the start. Tony's car's moving hard. It looks like it's going to repeat and run a 4-second run, but then he has some trouble down in the middle of the track. Reaction time went to Tony Pedregon by a couple hundredths of a second, but when his car quit, there isn't anybody that was happier than Jim Epler to see that Pedregon car disappear.
Steve, be careful they don't throw you off into the turnbuckle or something.
They'll be raising Kane in victory lane tonight. Jim Epler, great job. You saw a lot of that Castrol car for a few feet there.
Oh, you have no idea. I did see a lot of it. We haven't had a lucky round, and that was our lucky round. But I got to tell you something, for WWF, Kane, all these guys that support this thing, I mean, it's just been a dream deal. Jerry Tolliver, thank you for this opportunity, and it's going to be a fun year. I just got to tell you, this Castrol and WWF rivalry is going to get exciting.
Well, Sergio Summit has the championship trophy, the first one he's seen in 7 years.
And let's go with that man as the Mopar high performer of the event. You got it, Jim Epler. You are the man here today in funny car. Now, what does this mean in points? Remember, Tolliver, who led the points, did not get past the first round, though he does hold on to the lead over Pedregon, and Epler jumps from 9th to 5th.
That's great, having both the cars in the top 5.
So 4 of 23 events done for funny car. Top Fuel is coming up before we put a capper on it from Las Vegas. The online automotive superstore, wrenchhead.com. You know, millions of replacement parts are available, performance parts and accessories. Plus, of course, what really attracts Frank Hawley's attention, free shipping. Wrenchhead.com. Parts online all the time.
Eli, as a racer, we go for anything that's free. You know that.
Broadcasters, too. On board with Kenny Bernstein, trying to make it a clean sweep of the weekend after being #1 qualifier. He's going against his good buddy, Joe Amato.
Now, remind me here, on the golf course, was Amato paying Bernstein or the other way around?
I think they all pay each other.
Okay, well, we're going to find out if there's any paybacks right now.
Getting set to go here in Top Fuel. Joe Amato, a 5-time NHRA Top Fuel champion, against Kenny Bernstein with 22 Top Fuel wins and 30 in funny car.
It's important that the guys win this final round, but I'll tell you, these guys are really close personal friends away from the racetrack, and that's got to take a little tiny bit of the pressure off it and make it a little bit more fun than it might be otherwise.
Let's see, final run of the day, Amato and Bernstein. Kenny Bernstein up in smoke. The Bud King, however, has got enough to keep it going. And Bernstein Bernstein with a 490 at 282 miles an hour is back in victory lane, first time since 1998.
As they say, that wasn't pretty. Both cars lost traction as they got a little ways down the racetrack. Amato smoked the tires first, but then Bernstein followed shortly after.
Watch it again. Bernstein far side.
A good start. They got out, but then Amato smoked the tires, got off and back on. Amato at this point seeing Bernstein smoke the tires, so he's going to stand back on the gas, but in a few seconds, it was all over.
Couple of five-time champs. And you see that smoke just bubbling off those big good years, but they're going to bubble off all the way to another trophy. Steve, it's about time for the King.
It is indeed. And how about the fans of Top Fuel? 4 races in Y2K and 4 different winners. Kenny, they're always sweet, but after a dry spell, particularly special.
Oh, it certainly is. It's no question about it. It's sweet for the Budweiser King team and Prolong Mac Tools. Winston, Vegas, great. Bruton Smith, wonderful. I tell you, Little E, we're proud of you too, buddy. We had to get one after you won last week, and we're just really proud to be here. And I tell you what, it's been a great race, and anytime we race our buddy here, it's fun, but we hate it.
Good job, guys. A great tire smoking final.
Thank you so much. Great. All right.
Well, you got to be pleased for Kenny Bernstein back in victory lane. And you know, Frank, this racetrack really a showplace living up to its advanced billing.
It's absolutely beautiful. Great surrounding views of the mountains and the stands. A very safe race we've had this weekend, which is always great. And we see some new people or some people back in the winner's circle that haven't been here in a while, like Jim Epler. What a great weekend for him, and what a great place for his first win in a number of years.
But now it's time to pack up and head towards Texas. We will be with you next weekend for the 13th annual O'Reilly Nationals at Houston, Texas, 4:30 p.m. Eastern and Pacific, next Sunday right here on TNN Sports. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage of the inaugural race here at the Strip in Las Vegas. For Frank Hawley and for Steve Evans, I'm Eli Gold. See you next week in Houston. Till then, have a great week, and we thank you for your time. Good evening from Las Vegas.